Today, let's talk about diseases in coconut. Coco nucifera Linn. Family Ericaceae. The coconut palm is affected by a number of diseases, some of which are lethal, while others gradually reduce the vigor of the palm, causing severe loss in yield. The brief coconut of the important coconut disease is given. Bud rot, causal organism Phytophthora palmivora. Economic importance. This is one of the serious diseases of the coconut and is fatal since the growing out of the plant is damaged. Bud rot incidences is high in palms growing in marshy, waterlogging areas and in environments that promote high humidity, which is above 90%. The incidence is more found to be severe during monsoon when relative humidity is very high and temperature is below 24 degrees Celsius. Symptoms. The earlier symptoms is the yellowing of one or two younger leaves. Black spots appear on spindle leaves. In the later stages, the spindle withers and drops down. The tender leaf base and soft tissues of the crown rot into a slimy mass of decayed material emitting foul smell. Ultimately, the entire crown falls down and the palm dies. Primary source of inoculum: dormant mycelia or zoospores. Secondary source of inoculation: zoospores and sporangia. Mode of action is through the stomata. Epidemiology: cool, weather-loving fungi. Temperature ranges between 18 degrees Celsius to 20 degrees Celsius. Extremely high relative humidity of 100%. Closed plant population, which is time of southwest monsoon and susceptible host. Control. In the bud rot affected plantation, regular spraying with 1% cordial mixture just before and after monsoon to adjacent healthy palms. Orchids sanitation by removal of dry material from the crown is also essential. If the disease is detected in early stage itself, application of cordial paste on the crown after thorough cleaning and removal of infected material can check the disease. The treated portion should be given a protective covering with polythene sheet to prevent washing off the paste. It is best to remove infected palm and treat the surrounding palms. Trunk and root rot or Canoderma wilt or Thanjavur wilt. Causal organism Canoderma lucidum. Economic importance. These malady was first noticed in Thanjavur district at Tamil Nadu after the cyclones of 1952 and 1955. This is why it is called as Thanjavur wilt. Now it is widespread in other districts, viz. Kanyakumari, Tiruchirappalli, South Arcot and North Arcot, and also the border areas of Kerala. Symptoms. All stages of the palm growth are attacked by the pathogen. Fungus infects the roots and spreads upward, killing the entire root system. The trunk tissue internally rots, and reddish-brown gummy fluid exudes out from natural growth cracks. As a result, reddish-brown lesions are formed on trunk starting from base. Infection progresses and lesions extend linearly and radically on trunks of infected palms. Because of rotting of internal tissues, including the cortex and the vascular system, water and nutrient transport will be impeded. Older leaves droop and wither and remain suspended around the trunk. Infected trees die in a few months or 2 years. On palm with advanced infection and on dead palms, the fungus produced fruiting bodies (basilocarps) along the sides of the basal trunk, particularly during period of heavy rains, that is, in the monsoon. Survival and spread. Primary Basidiospores or saprophytic mycelium in soil and infected debris or several host tree species like mango, jackfruit, citrus, coconut, poplar, and several forest trees. Secondly, mycelium and basidiospores through irrigation water or root contact. Favorable conditions: dry soil and weather conditions. Light textured soils, particularly by the side of riverbeds. Newly cleared forest lands planted with either coconut or other susceptible tree crops. Management: cultural practices should be followed judiciously. Repeated plowing in affected areas may be minimized. Closer planting avoided. Adequate irrigation need to be given, providing mulches or green manuring at the base of the palm. Diseased palm should be removed and burned. Bleeding patches should be chiseled completely, followed by hot cold tar application. Application of 5 kilogram neem cake along with sufficient organic matter and 500 gram phosphate plus 1200 gram potassic fertilizer may be applied per palm per year so as to keep proper nutrient in the soil. Drenching with 1% cordial mixture and stem injection or root feeding of 2 grams orofungin solution plus 1 gram copper sulfate in 100 ml thrice a year for only 1 year may reduce intensity of this malady. Still bleeding. Causal organism Ceratocystis paradoxa. Symptoms: trunks of tender palms are more attacked. Water-soaked patches on trunks appear initially which later increases in size. Reddish-brown ooze from the cracks in the patch is the characteristic symptom. The fluid dries up to form black incrustations with brownish-orange margins. The patch progresses linearly upward direction. When the severely decayed patches are pierced, the yellowish fermented fluid gushes out. Large cavities are formed in diseased trunk. Infected trunks are usually infested with diacalendron beetles. Growth of affected palm is arrested and yield reduced. Survival and spread. Primary Orthacia and chlamydospores in cracks and cavities of infected stems and petioles of fallen leaves. Secondly, Conidia dispersed by irrigation water, insects, winds. Heavy rainfall followed by drought come under the favorable conditions. High water table and highly alkaline soil is also favorable condition. Cracks and insect wounds and wounds caused during harvest and leaf removal. Poor fertilization and poor maintenance of orchids. Management. Avoid any mechanical injury to the stem. Provide proper drainage during rainy seasons. Chisel out affected tissues and dress the wound with hot coal tar or cordial paste. In older trees, after draining the fluid, cavities should be filled with a mixture of tar, coal, sand, and cement to strengthen the trunk and to prevent secondary damage. Coat the lower part of trunk with coal tar or cordial paste to prevent the disease. Coconut stems boring insects should be controlled by applying carbaryl 50% WP on the trunk at 3 grams per liter. Grey leaf blight or grey leaf spot. Causal organism Pistalutia palmarum. Symptoms. Leaf spot symptoms develop only on the mature leaves in the form of small yellowish-brown spots on the leaflets, which gradually become oval in shape with a grayish band. In advanced stages, the affected portion of the leaflets show a burned or blighted appearance. Survival and spread. Primary through conidia in infected plant debris. Secondary, conidia dispersed by rain splash and wind. Favorable conditions. Neglected gardens with palms suffering from potassium deficiency. Heavy weed infestation in basins of plants. Management. Remove older affected leaves and burn. Correct potassium deficiency by applying recommended dose of potassium at the rate 3 kg per tree. Keep basins of tree weed free. Spray foliage with BM 1% or copper oxychloride or Captan at the rate 0.25%. Purple blotch, causal organism, Alternaria hori. Symptoms: minute whitish dots on the leaves with irregular chlorotic areas on tip portions, circular to oblong concentric velvety rings appear in the chlorotic area. Sometimes yellow halo is seen around lesions. Spots, holaces, and leaves die from tip backwards. Diseased leaves break at point of infection and hang down. Infection also seen on outer scales of bulb, seed stalk, and neck. Severely infected crop dries up. Bulbs become dry and papery. Survival and spread. Primary. Conidia in the infected plant debris or seed bulbs. Secondary. Wind-borne conidia. Favorable conditions: warm, humid weather with rains or dew. Thrips infection and infestation. Management: select healthy bulbs for planting and bulb treatment with mancozeb or thiram 0.25% solution. Seed treatment with thiram 3 grams per kg of seed. Spray mancozeb 0.2% or chlorothalonil 0.2%. Manage thrips by insecticides. Smudge. Causal organism: Colletotrichum cercinans. Symptoms: chiefly a disease of scales of bulb. Red-scaled are usually resistant to the smudge due to the presence of protocataceous acid and catechol. Damping off in the seedbed under wet and warm conditions. Disease appear at all stages and also during storage and transportation. Survival and spread. Primary. Stomata in infected plant debris or soil. Secondary. Wind-borne conidia. Favorable conditions: wet soils with a temperature of 26 degrees Celsius. Management: resistant varieties Nasik Red, Pusa Ratna, Pusa Red. Protection of bulbs from rains after harvest. Bulbs should be dried properly before storage by hot air at 37 to 48 degrees Celsius. Spraying Zinab and Captan 0.2% before harvest of crop. Smut. Causal organism: Urocystis sepulae. Symptoms: fungus attacks cotyledons of young plants soon after their emergence, causing dark, elongated, eruptive spots. On older leaves, the lesions may extend from base to the tip and appear as blisters. Lesions develop into thickened area of several in size. Lesions burst open, releasing masses of black smut spores. Severely infected plants are killed within 3 to 4 weeks of emergence. Surviving plants are stunted with stout, brittle, distorted leaves bearing lesions throughout their length. Numerous blisters appear on leaves and bulb scales of mature plants which rupture to expose masses of black powdery spores. Survival and spread. Primary. Spore halls in soil and seed bulbs. Secondary. Wind-blown soil and surface water having smut spores. Favorable conditions: optimum temperature of 10 to 20 degrees Celsius. Plant is susceptible for 2 to 3 weeks from sowing. Management: Seed treatment with around 3 grams per kg seed before sowing in nursery. Crop rotation and use of disease-free seedlings and seed bulbs. Furrow application of sulfur dust 100 kg per hectare. Cultivar hardy white bunching is resistant. Spray with Captan 0.2% along with the sticker. Foot rot, stem rot, Pythium ephraeni dermata. Symptoms: water-soaked patches develop on the stem at the ground level. Patches enlarge and diseased tissue turn brown and rot. Because of rotting, the basal portion of stem is girdled, affecting the upward flow of water and nutrients and weakening the plant. Internal tissue of bark appear dry and give honeycomb appearance. Infection spreads to roots and causes decay. Terminal leaves turn yellow, wither and droop. Fruits shrivel and drop off. Entire plant topples over and die. Pathogen: Mycelium is septate, brown, and much branched. The sclerotia are black, spherical to irregular shape and produced in abundance. Survival and spread: Primary: two spores and saprophytic mycelium in soil and infected seedlings transplanted in the main field. Secondary: zoospore through irrigation water. Favorable conditions: appears from June to August. Younger seedlings are more susceptible than older ones. Severity increases with intensity of rainfall. High soil moisture. Management: seedlings should be raised in well-drained nursery area or in portrays in modern nurseries in protected polyhouses. Uproot the diseased seedlings and burn. Drench the base of stem with COC at the rate of 0.25% or metalaxyl plus mancozeb at the rate of 0.1% or rhodium mixture at the rate of 1%. Mosaic virus economic importance. In India, first reported from Mumbai and Pune and occurs more in central India. 90 to 100% damage occurs in severe cases. Virus is a proteovirus with long flexus rod-shaped particles having single-stranded RNA as genome. Symptoms: mottling and puckering of leaves, especially the young ones. Water-soaked chlorotic spots on tender stem and petioles. The lamina is reduced and malformed and are often modified into tendrils-like structures, giving a shoestring appearance. Decline and marked reduction in growth of diseased plants. Older leaves fall down and a small tuft of younger leaves is left at the top in upright position. Fruits develop innumerable circular water-soaked spots with concentric rings. Fruit size is severely reduced with deformed shape. Pathogen. The virus particles are rod-shaped and thermal inactivation point of the virus lies between 54 degrees Celsius and 60 degrees Celsius. Survival and spread. Primary. Virus particles on affected plant. Secondary. Aphids, mainly Myzus persicae and other species. Apis malvae, Apis gossypi, Apis medicagenes, Rhopalosiphum mitis, Microsiphum solanifoli. Other hosts include Cucumis sativus, Cucurbita pepo, Cucurbita maxima, Citrullus vulgaris, Nufa acutangula, Echinaria, Caesarea, safflower, and some ornamental plants. Management. Disease-free seedlings raised in modern insect-free net house or polyhouses. Housing and destruction of diseased plants. Raising barrier crops like sorghum in the boundaries of the field. Vector controls with systemic insecticides like dimethoate or methyl as dimeton. Perica cauliflora is resistant. Growing transgenic protein mediated varieties like Sunup and Rin. Leaf curl. Tobacco leaf curl virus or Nicotina virus 10. Virus is a Gemini virus with geminate spherical particles having a single-stranded DNA as genome. Symptoms: severe curling, crinkling, and distortion of leaves, accompanied by vein tearing and reduction of leaf lemon. Leaf margins are rolled downwards and inwards in the form of inverted cup. Curled leaves have thickened veins. Leaves become leathery, brittle, and petioles are twisted. Diseased plant fail to flower or bear any fruits. In advanced stage, defoliation takes place and growth is arrested. Survival and spread. Primary. Virus particles on affected plants. Secondary. Whitefly, Nemesia tabaci. Virus also infect tobacco, tomato, sunhemp, chili, petunia, zinnia, datura, stramonium, hollyhock, kale, gooseberry, etc. Management. Disease-free seedlings. Rousing and destruction of diseased plants and other host species. Erecting yellow sticky traps for whitefly trapping. Vector control with monocototropes at 1.6 ml per liter or dimethoate or metacystosis at 2 ml per liter. Papaya ring spot virus. The earliest symptoms on papaya are a yellowing and vein clearing of young leaves. These are followed by very conspicuous yellow mottling. Biology. These viruses typically have long flexus rod-shaped particles about 800 to 900 nanometer long and are transmitted by numerous species of aphids in a non-persistent manner. Ring spot virus is grouped into two types, PRVP and PRVW. PRVW causes major damage and was previously referred as watermelon mosaic virus also. Spread. The virus is spread from plant to plant by any species of aphids in non-persistent manner. Many species of aphids are capable of transmitting the virus and it takes only a few seconds of feeding time for an aphid to acquire the virus into its mouthpart. It is then able to spread the virus to other plants during brief feeding probes. Black spot. Causal organism. Diplocarbon rosette. Economic importance. Black spot is a serious problem in chilly and cold climate of temperate regions. The disease causes marked reduction in the size and number of flowers. Symptoms: black lesions with feathery margins surrounded by yellow tissues are found on the leaves. Infected leaves drop prematurely. Purple, red, bumpy areas on first year cans may be evident. Plants may be weakened due to defoliation and reduced flower production may be observed. Mode of spread and survival. Fungal spores are spread primarily by splashing rain or water. Germination of spores and infection occurs when free water remains on the leaf surface for a period of 6 hours or longer. Leaf spots develop within 5 to 10 days. Management. Rows should be planted where the sun can quickly dry the night dew. Space rows far enough for good air circulation, avoid overhead watering, and keep foliage as dry as possible. Remove infected canes and burn diseased leaves. Spray with maconzeb or chlorothalonil 0.2% or pyrrolil 0.1% or dust. Powdery mildew. Causal organism. Sphaerotheca panosa. Economic importance. It is one of the widely distributed diseases of the plant. Powdery mildew is prevalent during October to Jan in South India and December to Feb in North India. Symptoms: the symptom appears as a grayish white powdery substance on the surface of young leaves, shoots, and buds. Infected leaves may be distorted and some leaf drop may occur. Flower buds may fail to open and those that do may produce poor quality flowers. It can occur almost any time during the growing season when temperatures are mild ranging from 70 degrees Fahrenheit to 80 degrees Fahrenheit, and the relative humidity is high at night and low during the day. It is most severe in shady areas and during colder periods. Mode of spread and survival. Fungus overwinters as mycelium in dormant buds and shoots which are not entirely killed. Either Conidia or Ascospores serve as primary inoculum. The secondary spread is through windborne Conidia. Management, collection and burning of fallen leaves, spraying with wettable sulfur 0.3% or Dinocap 0.7%, 0.7% or carbendazim 0.1%. 2 to 3 sprays at 15 days intervals is effective. Sulfur dust at 25 kg per hectare. Use of sulfur at higher temperature conditions will be more toxic. Dieback, Diplodia rosarum. Economic importance. In India, it was first reported in 1961 from Delhi. Now it occurs in all the rose growing areas. Symptoms: drying of twigs from tips downwards, blackening of the twigs. The disease spreads to root and causes complete killing of the plants. Mode of spread and survival. The fungus persists on dead twigs and the stalks of withered blossoms. Management. Pruning should be done so that lesions on the young shoots will be eliminated. Apply Javatia paste in the pruned area. Spray with COC 0.2% or difluralin 0.2% or chlorothalonil 0.2% or mancozeb 0.2%. Rust. Pharmidum micronatum. Economic importance. Rust is restricted to higher altitudes. It occurs in Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, Punjab, Tamil Nadu, and Uttar Pradesh. Outbreaks of rust disease was reported from Udaipur district of Rajasthan in the variety of Chalti Gulab. Damage to lemon yellow pustules appears on the lower surface of the leaves and stems. These are amongst the symptoms. Then the color changes to blackish red. Affected leaves turn yellow, deform, and falls prematurely. Dieback symptoms also appears due to weakening of the plant. Management. Collection and burning of fallen leaves. Spray with carboxyl 0.1% or wettable sulfur 0.25% or Captain 0.2%. Wilt. Causal organism, Fusarium oxysporum. Symptoms. They include initial symptoms are in the form of yellowing and browning of leaves. Affected leaves, they die from the base of the plant upwards. Infected plants are stunted and often fail to produce flowers. Wilting may cause rotting of root or the base of the stem. Mode of spread. The fungus is soil-borne. The diseases spread through cutting. Management. Drenching the soil with or carbendazole 1% is effective. Before planting, dipping the rooted cutting in the solution of Piram 1.5 grams per liter of water. Since the disease spreads mostly through cuttings, it is important to use diseases-free planting material. Diseases can further be minimized by following strict sanitation, periodical monitoring, crop rotation, and roughing off infected plants. Rust, Coccinia chrysanthemi. Symptoms. The disease symptoms are in the form of brown blister-like swellings, which appear on the undersides of leaves. These burst upon releasing masses of brown, powdery spores. Severely infected plants become very weak and fail to bloom properly. Management. Early removal of infected leaves or plants helps to prevent the further spread of the disease. Spraying the plant with Carathane at the rate 0.025% or wettable sulfur at the rate 0.3% is effective in controlling the disease. Septoria leaf spot. Causal organism Septoria chrysanthemella. Symptoms. Leaf spots occur during cool wet periods of the rainy season. Since the pathogen can spread through rain splash, the lowermost leaves get infected first. Serious infection may result in premature withering of the leaves. The dead leaves hang to the stem for some time. When flowering starts, the infection occurs on flower buds, which rot completely. Mode of spread and survival. Infected debris in the soil appear to be primary source of infection or systemic infection carried through suckers. The fungus do not infect other members of the family composite and is specific to Chrysanthemum cultivars only. Management. The disease can be controlled by spraying carbendazole 0.1% 6 times at 15 days interval from the end of July or spraying Benomil 0.1% followed by Captafol 0.2%. Destruction of disease debris and avoiding excessive irrigation is recommended. Powdery mildew. Causal organism Oidium chrysanthemi. Symptoms. Infection is more severe in older plants under humid conditions. The growth of the fungus on the leaves appears as powdery coating. Infected leaves turn yellow and dry out. Infected plant remains stunted and fail to flower. Management. Disease can be effectively controlled with sulfur fungicide or Captan we can use at 0.2%. Good ventilation and proper spacing for free circulation of air is recommended.